Well, on this sunny afternoon, all the way from the UK, please welcome to the Last Rights podcast. Please drop a subscribe if you would be so kind. It'll help me out and make my soul feel a little better, aching from exercise or something. War. Which side of this one are you guys on? It's I believe it's Tik Tok War 2. It could lead to World War 3, Israel, Iran. But I think referring to it as Tik Tok War 2 is reasonable. Tik Tok War 1, of course, is still going on over near Russia way, in Ukraine, actually. But I think, when you get overlapping wars, World War 1 and World War 2, people had to reset and get mad and then go at each other again, right? Or something. Tik Tok War 2 is overlapping, and now more people are talking about this than Tik Tok War 1. Tik Tok War, because we see it. I haven't got time to go through Instagram, Reels, Twitter, whatever they're calling theirs, Facebook stories. Who's doing that, mum? Stop that, mum. But yeah, we're seeing bombs raining down into Tel Aviv and into Tehran, whatever. I mean, 7 days into Tik Tok War 2 at this point. And there's questions about whether or not we're going to sort of spread this out into I think Putin said today he's worried about it becoming World War 3. I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance. What's this one about, apparently? Iran has nuclear weapons or is close to developing nuclear weapons, apparently, according to Israel. That's been claimed since 1995, or is it 91? I don't know. It's at least 30 years, though, every few years. Well, they're 3 years from developing the bomb. They're 6 months from developing... And listen, boy who cried wolf, right? At one point, the boy who cried, ow, my back's being melted off. This is how they felt over there in the 40s. So, yeah, nuclear war, maybe. But should we worry about full-blown nuclear war? I mean, won't most of us be dead? I'll be dead, probably. I think I live near enough to somewhere that would get... My family, definitely. They're near enough. A few places that would get... many of my friends in the USA are near enough to places. Some of them aren't. Some of them live in all kinds of strange places. And they're mostly alcoholics. So I think they'd deal with a nuclear fallout anyway. That would be... fine, although not fine. It would be a bad option. Do we believe them that there's a nuclear? I mean, statistically, no. Historically, no. Seem to lie quite a lot about that, don't they? They've got a bomb over there. Let's go in. It does remind us, of course, of Iraq, that lovely war where we went in for weapons of mass destruction, and then, oops-a-daisy. So, is it bullshit? I mean, probably. But maybe not. I guess that's the situation we're in now. The main concern is whether or not there's a further attacks into Iran and stuff, but also whether or not they sort of bring other people on board, i.e. USA, UK. Trump, of course, ran on one of his platforms of not getting involved in messy wars in the Middle East. Obviously, if there is a nuclear bomb, probably should do something about it, or if it's really close. But chances are, it's not, I guess. But then very quickly the conversation changed to regime change. Now regime change war sounds a bit French. Regime change war often go well, don't they? Especially for America, always gone well, the regime change wars. And listen, in the UK we've been tagged along. We get involved in all kinds of these things as well. Not been the best. And goalpost moving is annoying as well, isn't it? So, well, we've got to go in because they're almost getting a nuclear weapon. It's like, well, are they? Yeah, but don't worry about that because regime change. They're bad people there. Okay, they're gone now. What next? Well, we got to help the women. Okay, and now we've got to spread democracy. Okay, and now we've got to let the bad people back in again and come back in 20 years. Is that the cycle? Is that the cycle of regime change wars? It's not really regime change, is it? It's kind of like cause some chaos for 20 years, allow groups to kind of maraud and behead everyone for a while, and then maybe leave and just go, well, glad to get out of there. It's like going into a saloon and there's chairs flying around, isn't it? You get bumped on the head after a while. You're like, let's get out of here. I'm glad to not be in there anymore. How do I feel? Listen, my fear levels are always hovering around 0 for anything. I don't know if that makes me a psychopath or it's autism or what. I don't know. I can't hack into the Pentagon or I just shit in the bath. Like, I've got that side of it. But yeah, my fear levels are close to zero for everything. I mean, if there is a full-blown... First of all, World War III might not even involve nuclear weapons. It might just be chaos. It could still be chaos. It still doesn't have to involve every country, and it could just be chaos in the Middle East, and then maybe a little bit down Taiwan. I don't know why I reached under the skirt for Taiwan there. Sorry, Taiwan. I didn't mean to call you I don't know, moist Taiwan. I think the heat is getting to me, so I thought I'd come and talk about something serious. War is very serious, and I mean, do we want more of that though? You know, it's probably going to happen anyway. I think America are taking 2 weeks to decide now, which means we don't fucking know. Should we get involved? Have they bribed us enough? Did they own that island for blackmail shit for reasons like this? Should we just let it out? Release the tapes? And we won't go to war, having campaigned on a non-war thing. But listen, every side seems to suck the dick of that country over there. And don't know, not really a fan of that. So... Not taking a side, though. I'm not taking a side. I am going to eat, I'd say popcorn, but I prefer Doritos, and I prefer, like, if it's a cool Dorito, a hot salsa dip. If it's chili heat wave Dorito, a cool sour cream. You know, you've got to get a balance between the chip and the dip. I'm going to be balancing the chip and the dip and watching the war on the internet in the increasingly desensitized way we all are. It's going, oh, a guy took his leg off there. Jesus. There's a meme about it already 5 minutes later. And look, there's a bomb landing on that mosque, and there's one landing on the... I don't know what the other one's got. A kosher chicken shop? I don't know. Oof. That's about as seriously as most people on the internet take war now, right? It's just sort of... Did you see that drone? Yeah, it's cool. We cut the fibre optic thing. Oh, there's a bomb there. And then you get the lies. Not only would you see the missiles land, we now get AI-generated videos like Tehran releasing, get ready for a big surprise, like the Total Recall thing. And then AI-generated missiles going along in a nice little thing. So who knows? Maybe none of this is real, right? Maybe the entire internet is an AI-generated hallucination, and we're fine. We're not fine. We're pod people being fed up the arse for the machines. I don't know what they'd feed us up the arse. But bum gruel? They sort of reverse our digestion like that South Park episode, and then the machines get powered for I don't know what, to keep their fake internet going, so we can look at our fake internet. And it's just a descending 7 levels of hell, internet by internet. That's nonsense, Carl, isn't it? That is nonsense. Well, I thought, why not just talk nonsense today? I'm warm. I started CrossFit this week, which makes me a wanker. I know. I'm aching. I love it. I've got to get rid of the chub, and I want to feel again. God, let me feel. I'm going to get in shape just as the bomb drops, just as it finally kicks off in a couple of months' time. You know, it's like, fuck it, red button. Done. That's annoying. So if Israel killed most of the senior command, whenever this happens, like it happens with other terror groups and stuff, and then the guy gets promoted, it's like, well, congratulations, I'm now promoting you to senior intelligence chief. And you're like, thanks. I'm not sure what the pay rise is, the benefits, the leave, you know, probably a bit different over there. But surely there's some benefit. Maybe you get a free house and a bigger house to live in, a couple more security guards, you know. You're the senior defense minister of Tehran. And he goes, cheers, I mean. And why'd you have to tweet about it, though? Couldn't you just do these promotions in secret? Why does bloody everyone have to know now? They know I've got a promotion. It's going to last 3 days before the next one. So that's all very interesting. And you got the little, is it the Khamenei? I don't even know his name. Fuck it. Hiding. Of course he's hiding. But do you not think the other one from Israel's not hiding? Do you think he's in Israel? I don't. I think he's probably on an island in Greece in a film studio directing World War III. I think Richard Ashcroft had a line in the song, Why Not Nothing? Hollywood is directing World War III. Yeah. If Oliver Stone was around, he is around. I was thinking of Stanley Kubrick. the moon landing, you know? It'd probably make a great war. If they're going to convince us of this massive war going on now, there is actually a war going on. But they could have a real war and show a fake war as well to make it cooler, I don't know, for recruitment or something, or just to make it look, more scary to sort of, you've got to stay in your house for 7 years now because war. There's a war coming. But yeah, Tik Tok War 2, I think it's going to be more interesting than Tik Tok War 1. That's still going on. Obviously, I do prefer the smaller side in that war to maybe get some kind of victory. But Tik Tok War 2, I don't know. Eat Doritos, chip dip, enjoy the reels, I guess, unless you are in one of the places that's being bombed. And I have a friend actually in Tel Aviv. I don't have anyone that lives in Iran, although I did know an Iranian. Don't think they talk to me anymore though, so I can't, you try and get, what do you think? I don't know. So, actually, I haven't texted Tel Avivian back yet to see if they're all right. I probably should do. So, yeah, of course, on a human level, you don't want people to die, right, in these things. But what else can we do? It's provided for us to watch and become desensitized to and watch feet flying over here and buildings falling over down there. And then weird missile defense systems that are called Arrow, but actually now called Boomerang because they're not working and coming back. And faster missiles than you expected. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I remember being a much younger person watching a Gulf War 2. And that was kind of televised quite a bit. They embedded some cameras in there, not everything. Did they film people, US troops moving pallets of fucking gold out and putting them on C-130s? Did they film that? I don't know. Can't remember. But I remember the statue going over and think, bloody hell, bit of war there. It's all right, innit? So I guess if there's a nuclear bomb and it's gonna get fired and it's within weeks, go do something. It's a TV show. It's season 3 of your favourite TV show that's starting to get a little crazy, and the president always gets shot and then he's in hospital for a while, and the VP takes over and the president comes back and he's like, right, let's do it, but not too bad, and then I'm crying. It's emotional. That's The West Wing. Need to rewatch of The West Wing, actually. Why not? What do you think, though? First of all, what side are you on? You can't put I and I, because they both begin with I. Don't put flags down there. Put like... Well, the person from Iran that I knew drank whiskey. So you just say whiskey for Iran. And if you support Israel, put in, I don't know, some chicken. But it is kosher. I barely know what that means. Whiskey or chicken? Which side of this Tik Tok War 2 are you on, and do you think it will go to World War 3, or are you going to chip and dip it, or are you going to take it seriously? And if you're in one of those places, obviously you're going to go, fucking stop bombing us, and that's understandable too. I use a bit of a laugh about it because I don't know what to think about it, because it's all a little bit wild, and it's not the only war going on, so that's always good as well. Next week maybe Tik Tok War 3. Anyway, drop a sub if you fancy it. That's not a normal episode. I've been talking about people and things recently, but I thought, war has dominated this week. There's a part of my mind that takes it really seriously, and a bigger part that just like, I don't know what to think, man. The fucking internet. I'm sweating. Go and enjoy your Friday or Saturday whenever you're watching this. But I do respect you. I don't know why I did that. I'm not really religious. But God's land or not, subscribe and I'll see you later. Take care though. All right? Take care. I mean it. Go and eat some dinner. You're looking a bit thin. Not you though. Stop eating your dinner. All right? You're looking a bit much. Going to start CrossFit. See you later. Or do jumping jacks whilst watching the war on TikTok. Right? Get as fit as the soldiers shooting each other, if that happens later, whilst watching TikTok. Anyway, peace out. Stay nuclear. Subscribe.